Hey guys, Chris here from TrueVan, and today we're going to be talking about the Vision X's kitchen, an entire overview from everything about counter space, food storage, and everything you need to know in order to be cooking comfortably inside of this van. One of the biggest worries about people moving into vans or going on trips for a week at a time, even a weekend, is the food situation. Can I eat well? Can I have enough space to be able to cook my food? And we're trying to put that problem at bay here with how we set up our kitchen so that you could have a functional cooking space and all the storage you need in order to keep your food fresh. So starting off with our appliances, what's included appliance-wise in this van? Well, we have a 12-volt fridge. What's really cool about this fridge is it's a low power draw. You could just keep it topped off and running all the time with the solar panels on the roof. There's no worry about it draining your battery. What's really great about the fridge is there's a separate refrigerator and freezer section. Normally what you'll see in vans are those slide out fridges that have a freezer section and a refrigerator in the same part. But what happens is the freezer section gets too cold and starts freezing items in the refrigerated section, so that if you have like cut up fruit, that gets frozen, and you want to keep your refrigerator items separated. Cross freezing is not ideal for anyone. And let's talk about what's above that. We have our microwave. Now this microwave comes in clutch. It's 800 watts, so you're not skimping on any power, and you're not gonna have to worry about blowing out a fuse, because right there in the kitchen and every other circuit in the entire van, we're running on 20 amps. That's right, 20 amp circuits throughout the entire van. So if you wanted to bring your air fryer, your toaster oven, something like that, you can do that. You can run them, no problem. We're not running 10 amps, we're not running 15 amps, we're running 20 amps. And that's really important because a lot of the convenient items that you want to bring with you, especially in the kitchen, need a lot of power to run on them. And we make sure that in our van, we have enough power for you to run any appliance that you need to in order to get the good food that you want. The other appliance that the Vision X comes with is an induction stove. This is a portable induction stove. You could plug it in right over the counter. And the reason we chose induction instead of propane is because this van has so much power, you don't have to worry about lugging around propane tanks or how much electricity you're drawing from induction stoves. Normally, people that are anti-induction stoves and are more pro-propane people are people that are worried about consuming too much power. You don't need to be worrying about the power draw of that induction stove. We got you covered. So now let's talk about the counter space of this van. There's more than you might expect. So okay, let's talk about the obvious. Right there next to the sink is your counter space. But right next to that, underneath, you push and pops out a magnetic, pretty sturdy countertop. But then on the flip side, we have a table with a 360-degree swivel. This ensures that you have even more counter space if you're trying to cook a really extravagant meal. We did not skimp on the counter space in this van, I promise you that. And the reason that we didn't skimp on things like appliances, power, and counter space in your kitchen is because we didn't want you to have to make concessions when you're trying to enjoy the wildlife and nature. We're like, how can we design this van in order to give you the ample space so you're not missing your home kitchen at all? Now let's talk about the different spots that you can eat. You have the 3-in-1 system that does turn into a desk dining area, but you also have that Lagoon table which could seat 2. So you could have, in this 2-passenger van, 4 people eating at the same time comfortably and not tripping over each other, which is wild to me. But personally, if you're like me or some of our other customers that are happy with their 3-in-1 systems, a lot of them, and I don't blame them because I do it too, I want a place to rest all the time. In most vans, if the dining area converts to a bed and you leave the bed out, where are you gonna eat? What do you do if you don't have 2 different eating areas? We make sure to include that separation of space so that if the bed is made out, you have an option to just eat in the front. That's why we gave you 2 table areas so that you can eat without feeling like you have to compromise. Speaking of not making any compromises, storage space is so important. And we talked about a little bit about the storage space in this kitchen, but if you want to see more about the storage capacity of the TrueVan Vision X, click right here on this video and we're gonna take you through that right now.